that we have here that we were able to record today. Here, a part of our presentation and coverage of the Elite Prospects Pre-Draft Invitational. Here at Mun Ice Arena with head coach of one of the two teams that you'll be seeing this weekend, Rob Schremp. Rob, thank you for joining us today. How you doing?
Great. Thanks for having me. Really excited to be here.
This is a very unique event because you yourself, you were used to working with younger kids. You're working over in Latvia right now, and it's a different kind of age group working as yourself. I mean, you know what it's like to be with professionals all the time. Kind of how have you kind of had to, I say, maybe work on coaching younger players?
I think it's really important communication and making sure you're loading them up with as much information as possible so they can try. When they're trying things out, they know exactly what they're trying to achieve. And having coming from playing and experience against, I guess what we're trying to do now is giving back is help them get over those hurdles as easy as possible, but not making it so that they don't have to solve the problems by themselves. So that's the biggest thing I think with the youth is it takes a little bit, more time, more reps. Where a pro guy, you can give them a tip or two and it's 3 or 4 reps and they conquer it. So the young kids, it's about patience, communication, and giving them all the information.
I mean, from even when I was playing, this was maybe about 15 years ago, trying to develop my game, it feels like it's a much different model than what it is, even especially back when you were coming up through the ranks and whatnot. How have you seen the development side of hockey change a little bit?
Yeah, it's totally changed. A lot more individual work is going into it. Players are getting, private coaches. It's something I do. I mentor players and work with them one-on-one. So there's a lot more of that resource for players to work on their game. It's, back 10, 15 years ago, it's as a youth player, it'd be your 2 practices a week as a team and then your games on the weekend. So, a lot more investment into the game on an individual level. So you see the game has evolved so much as far as skill. I think we're looking at roughly around 6 goals per game in the NHL. That's kind of your indicator. And as you kind of trickle down in the game, the youth hockey you see 13, 14-year-olds that are doing things that, again, 10 or 15 years ago, you wouldn't see many NHL guys being able to do. So, excuse me, the level of skill and executions, it's accelerated, tenfold.
Certainly make our games very interesting indeed. But, talking about you're looking at these kids that you're going to be working with this weekend, 15, 16-year-old kids that want to get to the next level that maybe aren't quite there yet. How do you find a way to kind of maybe push these kids this weekend?
I think like with events like this is a great opportunity for them to come at their age group, specifically 2007 birth years, to come and put their best foot forward, show what they've learned up to this point, what their capabilities are, and what the future may hold, but what their kind of trajectory is. So these events are pretty cool to come here and with a good attitude, ready to showcase their stuff. There's a lot of people watching. Elite Prospects is an amazing company, and they have a lot of notoriety inside the hockey community. So coming to an event like this, it's again attitude and showing your best foot forward without pressure. It's not a pressure situation, but it's something to come here with focus and be ready to execute. Because at the end of one of these things, you don't want to have like I wish I would have or excuses or regrets. So it's making sure you're focused for these 3-4 days and playing the game the right way and putting what you want to put out there.
Certainly something that we're going to definitely keep an eye on here on WSBN TV. But also, Rob, you yourself, and you talk about your work over in Latvia, but you're also extending even further that overseas, talking about what you're doing over in Hong Kong. Certainly not a traditional hockey market.
No, yes, but it's growing, and hockey's growing globally. So it's a really exciting time now to be able to go and have an impact somewhere that's not notorious for it, but it's definitely growing in China and these other countries. So I'm excited for this opportunity, and again bring that knowledge and information that I've received over a pretty long career on the North American side as well as Europe, and give that information to those players and help them kind of understand what we do over here in North America as well as what teams are doing in Sweden, wherever I played, Germany, Switzerland. So those training patterns, that training information, and I think it's exciting because it's new for me and it's kind of new for them as well. They're looking to develop and grow. So I'm stoked for this.
Certainly, it'd be interesting to see one of those kids maybe come up to one of these Elite Prospects Invitationals. We've been talking with Rob Schremp. He's one of the coaches this weekend here at the Elite Prospects Invitational here at Mun Ice Arena.